The 12 zodiac signs have been part of the collective story of humanity since the beginning of times. Reality is multidimensional, and we are multidimensional beings who exist in a multidimensional reality simultaneously as one. Our minds evolved from way beyond the stars, and before the physical universe began, our spirits have existed forever as part of the divine creational intelligence in higher dimensions. At the physical level, our bodies act as miniature universes in the way they function to sustain and support life for the time needed for experience. The planets bring their astrological vibrations on our bodies that then influence our personalities, gifts, and abilities at birth. The zodiac wheel of soul blueprints is what keeps the human species diverse and working together with their diversity to create one world together to experience. Each time a soul is born, the 12 celestial bodies, all planets, including the sun and moon, are in alignment to that birth time and ensures the certain vibrations of that celestial body to that soul. It is an assigning of your soul vibration and frequency that you carry, a decision you made to carry with you into this lifetime long before you were born. The certain planetary influences are discovered through the ancient myths of the Greeks and other ancient civilizations that studied the stars as a priority. But they existed earlier than that. The star chart is complex and allows for diversity to be even in the same zodiac groups. No one Pisces on Earth is completely the same. No one Aries, no one Taurus, due to the exact location and position in time and space that you were born. I will also say that this is a system on other planets as well that have souls that originated from the same divine creational intelligence before physical matter came into being. Though it is different because of the different celestial bodies around that particular planet. But we will focus on Earth's known zodiac wheel of souls and include Pluto back in to talk about the ancient wisdom of the past and how it still pertains to us today within the collective story. To discover more about your complexity as a sign and discover all your planetary influences, please look into your natal charts. So loosely, I will describe the general abilities and gifts of each signs and how they each function to serve the collective consciousness. But please remember, not one soul is ever like the other exactly. One particular soul type coming to Earth now and once again in time of Earth's need is the elemental Fae soul type that represent the diverse elves, and they too are divided by different egos, personalities, gifts, and abilities so that the elvenkin in the world are never all the same like robots and exactly programmed to act like each other. Though this pertains to all Fae souls, I will focus on elves for this video that you can assign the same traits to any Fae creature in the Earth collective. Elves do connect with all the general 4 different elements of air, earth, water, and fire. But they will also be unique with a bit more of a particular element vibration that is associated with their planetary influence and zodiac signs. I thought it would be fun to take the elven soul and look at how their astrological sign makes them a unique Fae. So follow me deeper into the elven realms of what an elven community could look like with the 12 zodiac signs working together as one to keep it running harmoniously. The very first sign of the astrological chart is Aries. Aries elves are the seed planters. They are the first sign in the zodiac for a reason. This is not to say they will always work in the gardens and surrounding forests to plant seeds in. It is not a literal meaning, but rather a general life path they like to take on. They are interested in living a life of action and getting things started. They are driven by their need to discover and create new things as the pioneer souls, and these are the elves that can discover new lands, new territories, and organize groups together for causes they believe in. They could be starting new projects and are also interested in creating something new and helping preserve things they believe progress the world. As the strong rams, they carry the virtue of self-esteem for the group to help them move past self-doubt when others have it. You can see these elves sharpening their sword and readying their bows to prepare and be ready for any action. They may even be the ones to organize and lead the elven armies, not because they love to fight, but they love to progress, and if fighting the darkness means to protect their fellow friends and loved ones, then they will. Legolas is a good example of one elf that could very much have an Aries influence, with his ability to step away from the Mirkwood Kingdom and discover a new adventure that requires great action to save others in need. If you are an Aries elf, you may discover you love to express yourself as the fire elf that you are, with colors of the warm sun and golden fall. They will radiate the confidence and zest for life they were born to carry, to inspire others around them as a leader to others that can see the strength they have. Usually said to be ruled by Mars, known by the Greeks as the god of war, these elves are quick to defend, honor, and protect the elven community while using their quick wits to start something new. I thank these elves for getting the fire started and inspiring action within the elven community. Taurus elf. The Taurus elf is very much grounded as its earthly element that they are ruled by. These are the hard workers of the zodiac wheel. If the Aries elves plant the new seeds, the Taurus elves nurture them to grow and bloom. Taurus, as a lover of all natural beauty, will be patient and reliable as a friend and community member with the elven environment. They carry a quiet power within them that allows for them to focus on a task at hand and get it done. You may find this elf looking like a forest nymph or dressing up in strong earthly garments as they work with the environment to keep it beautiful and alive. They are the Yavanna type of elves in male or female forms. As Yavanna saw the need to replace the two towers of light of Valinor in the Silmarillion ages, she then set out to create two glowing trees instead, called Telperion and Laurelin. Said to sometimes be ruled by the planet of Venus as well, and represented by a beautiful white bull that Zeus took form of to pursue a maiden, they represent the love, patience, and nurturing of growth in relationships, as well as in physical nature. You may find this elf being a healer elf too that works tirelessly to nurture the emotional mental states of others. This could be shown in Toriel's character that Peter Jackson created, where she was protective of others and worked to preserve what she thought was her duty as leader of the Mirkwood army. They enjoy taking the majority of burden of work on their shoulders because in their mind, they know it gets done and is cultivated with their patience and care. I thank these souls for their hard work and patience with others that nurtures growth in those that they meet. Gemini elf, the knowledgeable ones. The Gemini elf will represent the two sides of the elf brain hemispheres coming together as one, both the emotional and the logical side forming a bridge that leads to higher order thought. They will become a wealth of information for others as they continue to ask questions in the world. Gemini becomes a fun-loving messenger of information that they learn about and can communicate to others. They are an air sign, so they are stimulated mentally by complex thoughts that can be sometimes as two-sided as their sign represented by the twins. You may find this elf part of the High Council or head of an Elven Library Research Center that can teach others knowledge and stimulate higher-level thinking. They do like to have fun, as they show their emotional and expressive side too when they wish. Like Elrond was known for more his wealth of information on the past ages rather than his battle achievements, and he held Vilya, the powerful ring of air. Elrond can represent an elf with Gemini's influence. Gemini elves are the scholars of the zodiac wheel and show on Earth that learning about all types of subjects can be fun. You may find Gemini elves love to express their air element by looking like they are regal or elegant, but they also have the ability to switch up their styles and represent the complexity of their tastes of casual elf wear or something more fun. They can have a quick sense of humor and be quick to laugh, possibly even play tricks symbolized by Mercury, the trickster god of messages of ancient Greece. They have the ability to surprise you as they help represent the duality of the mind, and don't see things one-sided at all, but from both perspectives at all times. I thank these souls for always helping to bring more knowledge and inspire flexibility in the world today. The Cancer elf, the hostess or host elf. Ruled by the soft glow of the moon, the Cancer water elf will be a warm host or hostess to all who come to their homes or enter their lives. They are the Celeborn of the elves, who warmly greeted the group and invited them into the sacred elven realm of Lothlorien, and then made sure they had gifts to help them along the way. Also, you can see this in Elrond's ability to create a restful stay in Rivendell for the Fellowship and other weary travelers. Cancer elves will be concerned with keeping family together and nurturing the growth of the harmony in relationships. They are usually ruled by their emotions and do not think before they say something, since they wear their hearts on their sleeves. As the crab sign, they can have their moments of moodiness and move like the tides do in the moonlight. But generally, they are very warm towards others and go out of their way to show you comfort and care. Cancer elves will enjoy looking cozy and safe with their expression of self. They are not interested in standing out with their style rather than being comfortable while making others comfortable around them as well. They may have a night elf look to them, as they enjoy the cooler glow of the moon rather than the piercing light of the sun. But this is all part of being a comfort to others and being comfortable with themselves. You may find this elf at the head of the family household or company, regardless what gender they are. They like to take care of others and ensure comfort in the community they live in. I thank these souls for their hospitality and showing their generosity openly as examples to others. The Leo elf, the inspirer. Leo elves, as the fire elves, will represent the ruling celestial body as the sun in bodily form. They cannot help but be admired for their sense of pride and confidence they exude. They are natural leaders, since others look up to them even when they do not command it. They have a taste for the flashy and beautiful in whatever gender they are, or sometimes they simply look how they want to look and don't care what you think of them. Thranduil is a good example of an elf with Leo influence. In his love for shining jewels of silver and green, and his ability to be admired and respected as an elf king of Mirkwood, Leo elves are here to inspire others to shine and not be afraid of letting that light out for others to see. You will find them anywhere they feel they can inspire others, whether leading an army, teaching a class, or head of an organization and company they believe in. Leo elves will love to look brilliant and seen in their expression of self, representing the golden sun. They love to look and outwardly act fierce as lions, that both cause feelings of admiration and intimidation in others. They care greatly for others and are not afraid to speak up for those that cannot find their own voices in the community. You may find they like to entertain others as well. They can use any skill they have to inspire them with their passion and unmistakable confidence. I thank these souls for being an example of how good it can feel when you are not afraid to let your light inside shine on the outside too. The Virgo elf, the improver elves. Virgo elven souls are earth elves, and by nature able to hone in on the things that need adjusting or correcting. They represent the virgin as in pure and perfect states of being that they seek for in themselves and in others. They help others see their own things to work on and improve, as they are perfectionists within themselves, too. They are critical of everything that passes through their mind in order to discover ways to improve it for the next time. They have high expectations of themselves and others as high elves, and can be represented in Elrond, who sits on the council questioning Gandalf and criticizing some of his ideas only to get the absolute best strategy possible to get rid of the ring. There is a perfectionist nature that needs to be balanced in this elf, or they can come off too critical to others. But the earthly element of Virgo often softens this and makes them more grounded and approachable rather than always intimidating to others. They enjoy analyzing and organizing their thoughts and others to ensure perfect or near perfect execution of a plan. They enjoy logical things rather than delving too deeply into the realms of emotion or abstract ideas. They are helper elves by nature who like to look for things to be improved on to service the collective and not just for themselves. You may find these elves like to blend in and look perfect as can be in their expression of self, not a hair out of place or a dirty spot on their clothes, no matter what style they chose or forest that they live in. They always try to look their best and demonstrate their ability to improve upon the old things and realign anything they may see as imperfect or crooked to their sharp elf eyes. I thank these souls for showing what can always be improved on and creating other opportunities of growth for other souls. Libra elves, the Harmony Keeper elves. These air elves are the scales of balance in the zodiac sign, so they represent the fairness of judgment and oftentimes are associated with Jupiter or Venus, depending on how you look at it. Libras are air signs and like to be the judges in the world, like King God Zeus in Greek mythology that judged the mortals. A Libra elven judge is one who looks at all sides of an argument and ensures fairness and equality to both parties. They can be seen as creating balance in their community by ensuring others around them a sense of equality and making sure nobody feels left out or lower or higher than other souls. Galadriel has a Libra influence in her character, as she was written to be known for her fairness, and that is what made her such a highly respected elf queen. They may like to look like their air element in something flowy and showing off their ability to bring harmony to the world by looking nice, but not stand out amongst others driven by their need to keep things balanced. They may not be outwardly expressive of their love for others as air elements, but they carry it in their hearts to care for other souls and to ensure everyone is happy and everything is fair to them. You may see them trying to keep the peace in friendships and relationships, working anywhere they can to bring a sense of teamwork to their job environments. I thank these souls for bringing in their sense of justice and equality to the world. Scorpio elf is the seer elf. Scorpios are represented by the Scorpio, which is a creature that digs deep into the sand to live until it needs to come out and hunt. Scorpio, by nature, are deep investigators of life's greatest and deepest mysteries. They become seers within their lives when they continue to probe the depths of their souls and mysteries of the universe. As water elves, these Scorpio souls have a fascinating emotional depth to them that other people are afraid of and admire at the same time. They are ruled by their emotions, so their feelings are deep and expressed in whatever way that they feel is best to. It may not always come out, since Scorpios like to hide from others while they watch and investigate them. It is as if they enjoy watching others around them and peering into the souls to learn more about the way the universe works at large. And the amazing thing is, Scorpios' intuitive hunches are usually very accurate because they have taken the time to truly investigate and not just assume things. They know, and they don't want you to necessarily know that they do know your secrets you hide. Galadriel had this ability to know the things that others were thinking. Scorpio elves are actually warm towards people they consider to have good intentions, but if you ever cross them, and they discover you have betrayed them or another they care for, they will deem you as unworthy to talk to and you may get the stinger. As a fixed sign, this elf is not the easiest to change their minds about something once they get it in their mind. They may enjoy working as an investigator or someone that probes the dark occult in order to know the secrets about things unseen. They can see into the darkness of others with their elf eyes and never really fear it. They can express themselves in any style, but they do not like to stand out too much, though they can't help have this seductive intrigue about them as nighttime does. No matter the gender, they may like to look a bit mystical or secretive, like an enigma you can't figure out. They may like to wear dark things to symbolize the night and nature. Pluto is the furthest from the sun and coldest. Scorpios like to be furthest from being seen so they can see into the souls of others and watch them from the shadows. This can be also seen in Haldir of the Lothlorien elves, who like to remain hidden away, but have a watchful eye on Middle-earth. It can also be like the Vala of the underground who created the dwarves, named Ule. Scorpio has been associated with Pluto and Hades for a reason in the past. They are not afraid of the darkness of the collective and are happy to probe its deeper secrets. If you sense a hidden anger in the Scorpio elf, it is because of what they have seen and witnessed in the world that they keep hidden. They have a hard time trusting others, but it makes them good investigators that don't fall so easily for what people first put on the surface. They like to uncover the masks and lies, and they do it fast. Thranduil had a bit of this influence in him as he quickly knew what the dwarves were up to when they came into his realm in the book The Hobbit. It takes time to gain their trust and the respect of a Scorpio elf, and if you don't have the mindset to do so, they may seem a bit scary to you. They are not afraid of dealing with negative energy, but they are happiest when they discover the true beauty and goodness in others that reaffirms their deeper secret. Scorpio elves will have secrets of their own while making others look at the masks they wear and the lies that they tell others. They show us the importance to be our most authentic selves, because if we aren't, someone notices with their inner sight, and that is the Scorpio elf. I thank these souls for their keen insight and fearlessness to peer into the dark to shine light on things hidden from view. Sagittarius elf is the adventurer elves. This fire elf, symbolized as a centaur with the bow pointing forwards, is a great representation of the constant movement you may find this elf to be in. They have a hard time sitting still in the community that they live in and love to travel to the other parts of the world. You can see this in Legolas as having some Sag influence, wanting to travel outside of the realm as a young elf prince. Also, Nessa the dancer Vala could be the female form of this that represents Artemis in her quest for freedom and independence as she dances through the forest so fast that nobody can truly catch her. They enjoy trying new things and discovering new ways of being. They have a quick wit and love to laugh, being the life of the party. They can't help themselves to show others around them how to have fun and enjoy life while pursuing their goals with a straight shot. In doing so, they often bring abundance and joy to themselves and others. They can keep the spirits high and ready for adventure in friends and family. They are ruled by the fire element, so they too will like to look warm and inviting. Maybe even a bit funny to make someone smile or loosen up. They don't like emotional depth for too long and move on in search of higher grounds often, rather than swimming in the deep oceans of emotions. They remind us to enjoy life and treat life as a true adventure where you never really know where you can go next. You may find this elf leading a pack of other elves into traveling or doing something fun and entertaining for others in the community. One word of caution: mess with a Sag and get a bow to the face, though, and see their angry side very quickly, like Legolas showed the orcs quite often as usually a light-hearted character. I thank these elves for bringing laughter and inspiring others to go for their dreams independently. Capricorn elves, the responsible ones. Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, carries a deep sense of responsibility to the collective. Sometimes Capricorn earth elves are said to be ruthless for the quest of money, but really it is that they like to get things done and enjoy a sense of responsibility that they feel to do so. They love to get things organized in systems, and often because of this, they can become wealthy in their pursuits of working hard and feeling responsible towards themselves and others that they love. They move with a sense of purpose and do what they say when they say they will do it. Arwen may be an example of this in her steadfast ability to go for her ambitions to become the new Gondor queen rather than stay with her destiny to leave Arda. In doing so, she creates her own abundance of experiencing a mortal life of having a child with her great love, Aragorn. Also, Glorfindel carries this influence as he felt an obligation or duty to save Frodo from the wraiths in the book The Fellowship and bring him to Rivendell to be healed. Capricorn elves do not mess around, and they mean business. They are very grounded and reliable as earth elves. You may find them to love to look like they are earthy and responsible elves, not too flashy, but satisfying in their style, which feels that they can be trusted by others to get things done. Tolkien is a Capricorn, having a birthday on January 3rd. So he had the steadfastness to create entire languages and volumes of books that show another world, with a sense of responsibility to show the eventual triumph of good over evil that reflects his inner spiritual values. I thank these souls for keeping other souls on track, and showing personal responsibility is a virtue to cultivate. Aquarius elves, the healer elves. All elves are healers in their nature and ability to empathize and feel a connection to the divine, known to them as Eru. But Aquarius is the water bearer, the one who brings water to the weary ones and rejuvenates them to move forwards. It is the name of the new age, as well as the old systems on Earth fall away and are rejuvenated and brought to a rebirthing. Saturn is often said to influence this sign the most, as it represents Cronus, or Father Time in Greek mythology, eating his godchildren only to bring forth a rebirth of gods to Earth. This is why Aquarius elves are interested in renewal and rejuvenation. The Vala Este has this quality in her realm of rest and relaxation, and is known for her waters within the Grey Havens that rejuvenates any souls in Valinor. In whatever field you are in, you will be stimulated by the air element of thought in order to bring forth new change. New ideas never before thought or imagined can come from an Aquarius elf. This is a healing attribute that you have as an elf because bringing anything new to a dying system is what makes it bloom again and life to continue on. Galadriel could be a representation of this as a water witch that used the mirror of Galadriel by pouring water into a basin to see into the truth of Arda, like the water bearer. She rejuvenates the weary fellowship and gives each a gift to bring new life into the party. Aquarius will enjoy expressing their watery element that shows a unique style, maybe not thought of before, but imagined only by them. They are fun-loving and eccentric even, but can be quiet and reserved enough to go into deep thought of how to bring forth new things to the community. I thank these souls for bringing in the new and fresh ideas with their imagination and zest for life. Pisces elves, the sage elves. Last sign of the zodiac wheel is the water elf, Pisces. It is the end of the Pisces age during this time, and Aquarius is the new phase we are in. These elves are represented by their planet Neptune, the planet of dreams and mysticism. Lorien, the Vala of dreams and inner sight, and later who creates the mystical elven realm Lothlorien, is symbolized in this as the Vala responsible for bringing in visions of Valinor to Middle-earth souls. As a last sign, often the Pisces elf is the sage of the community. When they have fully awakened and remembered their timeless self, they can have deep insight into the spirit world and things unseen on earth. They were born with an instant connection to the spirit realm and often seem to be dreamers on earth to others, escaping to only flights of fantasy to others, but to a Pisces it is their reality, because they were designed to live with one foot in the material plane and the other in the spiritual world where souls come from. Pisces elves are enchanters, regardless their gender, and love to bring dreams and magic to reality for others to see and remember. They can see into the dreams and desires of others and help make them reality with their creativity. They can swim deep into the emotional depths with their gift of empathy and reach out to heal others in need. Their keen insight and intuition is shown, like in Galadriel, with her ability to see into the souls of others. They have a complexity since they carry all planetary houses within them from past lives into their ego makeup. This makes them seem a bit strange and emotionally unstable to some, and they can come off as unpredictable and changeable in personality and interests. But they are simply just expressing their multidimensional selves in this reality. These dreamy elves often want to escape to the higher dimensions that they can see in their mind. They may choose to look a bit dramatic with a magical flair, maybe wear a cloak or be seen as a wise old sage soul, or simply just look like how they feel on that particular day. They're very changeable and adaptable. And they like to be peaceful and not really in the spotlight that much, though they may do it to help serve others. Ruled by Neptune, they are not that close to the sun, but they glow with their insight anyways, and often other awakened elven souls can see it and recognize it. They are deceptively strong and are often regarded as being soft by others. Pisces also has influence from the planet Venus, which represents the goddess of love and beauty, representing the two fish that the goddess Aphrodite and her son Eros turned into when they were trying to escape from a sea monster. If they can gain a balance of staying constantly connected to the spirit world as well as the material one equally, they can be a wise counsel to others in need of guidance and bring a sense of understanding to other souls to soothe them. Pisces elves need to watch for escapism and eating too many mushrooms in the forest so that they can help other souls as guides along their way to happiness and inner peace. They are also known to be the artists and the poets because of this ability to reach into the spirit world and harness those energies easily on Earth. Like all elves, the Pisces will seem like a young but ancient soul, and these elves will be happiest working where there is not a lot of drama and living a life full of tranquility, in which they can serve the collective using their intuitive gifts in some creative way. If you are wondering why I know all this information above and why the higher realms are so clear to me as visions within my channel, It is because, being a Pisces elf, I am in touch with the collective energies that show me these worlds from our past lives, and as well as the future that many will experience. Though I can guide as a Pisces soul, I do need and respect the other souls of other signs who keep me grounded and inspired, since the fish are always swimming in two different directions. We have one foot on the ground and the other in the spirit world, and I have to work very hard to keep focus on the material world in front of me. Pisces elves will be those who can guide others towards fulfilling their inner visions and heal other elven souls if they master the ability to remain grounded. I thank my fellow Piscean elves for not being afraid to dream, and to bring those dreams to the physical realm for the collective to see. I hope you enjoyed this video on elven astrology and how the zodiac signs influence even the elven soul. Of course, if you do not identify with elves, then you can apply this information of the zodiac influences to humans as well. Remember, you have many of these signs in your birth chart, so be sure to check the link in the description for your free natal chart that will help you determine all the celestial bodies that created your unique vibrations in this lifetime. Next video will be on Carl Jung's archetypes and how they too can be part of your ego that your soul takes a role in the collective as. There are many archetypes in Lord of the Rings as well that Tolkien wrote about, so I will discuss them soon with you all. In love, light, and wisdom, from your Pisces elf sister.